And if you're in Castroneves' position right now as a driver, it's very nerve-wracking. You know the guy behind you's got better tires than you do, and you've got your hands full. You're watching your mirrors as much as you're watching straight. This is a long time between now and the finish, and try to keep somebody behind you. It's tough.
What you have to do is give up a little bit on corner entry and make sure you get clean exits every time, laying the power down without wheel spin.
And most importantly, don't mess it up under braking. If you lock up that tire going into the corner, that's going to be a big opening for the guy you're racing.
In regards to Castroneves, we talked about the fact he lost a little bit of time on pit road because of fuel. I checked with the team. They say there's nothing wrong with the apparatus. We got all the fuel. We just didn't get connected quickly enough. So that's why it seemed to take a long time on the back end of the stop. But Marty, there was also a few issues for Hunter-Reay in the pits as well.
Well, his stop wasn't exactly quick, but they have certainly made up the ground since then. They put on those sticker red tires, a little bit softer. You see him trying to gain that ground on Helio Castroneves. They are not keeping him updated about Castroneves. They are keeping him updated, though, on Scott Dixon. That's the one they're worried about. He smells the blood in the water and wants to get by Castroneves sooner rather than later. Look at that move, Lee.
Turn 5, Marty. Ryan Hunter-Reay on the inside. Can Helio switch back? And first class seat to Scott Dixon. He's seeing all this happen in front of him. Wow, nice move, Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Now,
fight for second.
There's the car ahead. That's your next target, son, but you've got to get past him and past him quick. We are running out of laps, 88 of 90.
And Graham wasn't close enough to make his turn 5 move. He will be probably this lap, but all the while this is helping Newgarden keep the gap to Dixon.
Inside is Rahal. Can he do it? Dixon's not making life easy.
No, he is not.
And we're running out of time. The laps are winding down. This is falling more and more into the favor of race leader Josef Newgarden.
Work your way back, son. You've just lost all the downforce off your car there. You've got to get right back on the gearbox, get it in control again, pick your moment and have another stab of it. You're running out of time, but you know you can do it.
Last lap for Josef Newgarden. He is just one lap away from his first IndyCar victory.
Graham won't have a chance here, but he will at turn 5. Now he's going to try to make that same move on the most experienced, one of them, most experienced drivers in the field. Scott Dixon is a master at keeping people at bay.
Here it is, here it is.
Remember, we're coming down into Rahal's strong point. Turn 5, he has been brilliant on the outside. Can he do it to last week's winner? No is the answer.
Couldn't do it, couldn't do it.
And there is our race leader. Some 4 seconds out in front on the final lap at Barber. Just got a report. We understand that Helio Castroneves has run out of fuel.
Here it is!
Whoa!
Here it is! Here it is, Graham! It's yours if you want it!
And
That was fantastic. We thought that his only move was turn 5, but he just showed us he's got another trick in his bag.
But look at the gap within about 2 seconds. Look at the gap he's made.
Meanwhile, final 2 turns. We've got 2 young American stars in the top 2 positions. The wait is over. Josef Newgarden is an IndyCar race winner. He takes out his home race. How about that at Barber Motorsports Park? Superb.
Rahal goes to the push to pass, trying to get by
held that line
Pagenaud.
really tight, and he's going to make a move.
And a little contact there. Pagenaud off track.
Pagenaud blocked him a little bit, and they made contact.
I know, but man, 9 laps to go with all that momentum.
Now he's got 2 broken wings in the front instead of 1, so let's see what happens to Rahal's car.
Should be perfectly balanced.
A little contact there. Now do the stewards step in to look at this?
I think we have to see a better angle to know, is this a block or is this avoidable contact or is this a racing incident?
It is under review. We've been told by the IndyCar officials that pass is under review. Now it's Graham Rahal out in front of Sebastien Bourdais.
Well, it looked to me from the on car that Pagenaud blocked him, moved over, and then he moved over again. As we see here, Graham gets the run. He goes to the inside, and he moves over on him.
Well, I don't think so. There's a corner, Paul. There's a right-hand corner coming up.
I don't know, man. I disagree with you.
That's the racing line.
I think it's a racing incident. 5 to go, and Pagenaud has closed the gap having gone off the track, so he's got to get by Sato.
And if I'm Simon Pagenaud, I now know that if I can just get a wheel to Graham Rahal and nerf him, then it's going to be a racing incident.
Here
Ran
comes
wide.
Pagenaud. Pagenaud looks
Gotta
to the
use that
inside.
push to pass.
He doesn't go to the push to pass.
But he'll have a chance here. There he is. He's on the button.
Now he's on the button. the outside through turn 5. They've got to get by Hawksworth. Hawksworth in the 41 just in front of him. Side by side for the lead.
The front wing's gone
comes
now.
off.
That's it. No way Graham Rahal can keep the pace with that wing gone.
Wing has come off the 15 and off course he goes.
And back on.
And back on.
He's on the push to pass again.
Rahal trying to stay out front with less than 5 to go. Now coming up on 4 to go.
The whole front wing is broken apart now with the contact
And
with
Pagenaud, be patient, be patient. Graham is damaged.
Pagenaud trying to be aggressive, which, Paul, you said we don't normally see Simon Pagenaud get aggressive.
This is where Graham will be so slow. There's no
Here
way he can
comes
make
the
that work.
22. Pagenaud around Graham Rahal.
That's DeMelo, who was very racy just a lap earlier with Rahal. Here comes Pigot up the inside.
Oh, jeez, look at that. DeMelo just keeps going. Wow, what a move.
That was pretty sweet. Nice slide. DeMelo continues. There goes Pigot. So far, it looks like both cars will be able to continue without pitting.
Like a scene out of the Fast and the Furious movie,
Something.
Tokyo Drift.
Rail slide.
He might be from Montreal, but that was Paul Tracy-esque.
That was pretty cool.
That's how it looked from Graham Rahal's view.
I'm not sure what happened in the previous corner between Pigot and DeMelo, but Pigot really wanted to force it up there with authority. I'm not sure that was on.
Well, do you remember a lap or two ago, DeMelo tried to get him on the inside at turn 5, and I think Spencer may have taken exception to that.
Well, they're back on the move and back up to speed again, but that was exciting action.
Dixon's not done with Bourdais yet.
Dixon is all over the back to come to the last couple corners. Dixon slices down the inside. He's going to have the outside line for the next corner.
Bourdais will have the advantage, though, in the last corner. There could be contact.
Two four-time champions.
Drag race.
Who's going to get it? To the line, it's going to be Bourdais.
Brilliant stuff.
Two four-time champions going at it. Fantastic stuff. Will Power's got to use that push to pass if he's going to do anything about Alex Palou. They begin their final 2.38 miles here at Barber Motorsports Park. And Alex Palou has done a mighty job to sustain this pressure while dealing with looking at traffic up ahead in the form of Connor Daly, the last car on the lead lap. Meanwhile, looking in his mirrors and seeing an ever-present Will Power.
He's had to manage tires. He's had to manage strategy. He's had to match and meet the anticipation and the expectation of Chip Ganassi, signing him to this incredible ride in the 10 car. A flawless job so far.
He's a few corners away from wrapping this up, but Connor Daly is going to have a complete another lap to attack Ed Jones.
This guy, the 24-year-old Spaniard, who out of the car has such a lovely demeanor. He's such a pleasant young man behind the wheel. He is an animal. It's time for the motor racing world to say hello, Palou. Alex Palou wins his maiden IndyCar race at Barber Motorsports Park.
Winning on debut.
Look at him, the joy. You know, Michael Andretti and the late Dan Weldon won for Chip on debut. Now add Alex Palou's name to that list. Phenomenal effort. This race has not failed to entertain. This has been incredible, and yet again it goes off the hook. The teammates are now together, Alexander Rossi and Colton Herta, after Colton Herta looped it around at turn 5 while arm wrestling with Scott McLaughlin. Up ahead, Will Power and Scott Dixon were tangling, but this is what went down. Have a listen.
This is a full send from way too far back. Colton Herta throwing caution to the wind, gets into McLaughlin, then loops it. Luckily doesn't stall. Let's watch the reaction here.
That's his dad, Brian.
He went from a battle for 6th, and Colton Herta now finds himself back in 10th. Meanwhile, Will Power making moves on Scott Dixon. That is for 4th.
And kept it. As Herta was looping around, Power consolidated that move for 4th. So O'Ward 1.6 seconds ahead of Palou. VK almost 5 seconds further back in 3rd. Then Will Power, Dixon, McLaughlin, Rahal, Grosjean, Rossi, and this man Colton Herta in the top 10. Well,
Whoa, look at this.
Talk about a run. Grosjean on the inside of Rahal. Graham gives Romain plenty of room. There's contact.
Oh,
There's more
Grosjean
contact.
hits him twice.
I think he aimed for him the second time. That was
Yeah.
almost as bad as that Jimmy Johnson pass. No, that's
No, sorry,
100%
bud.
on the 28 there. That was contact twice on him.
And by the way, Grosjean's a
on purpose.
I 100% agree with Graham on that.
Graham Rahal just said that guy hit me on purpose.
Well, tune in for the Peacock post-race show. I was going to say Grosjean's a pretty big, fit dude, but Graham's a little bigger. That'd be a good one to watch.
Here's McLaughlin in. Race leader is in. Now we put our eyes on Romain Grosjean. And watch where these two guys come out. One Honda driver, one Chevrolet driver, where they join on the racetrack. Kevin, here comes McLaughlin.
It should be really close, and I think you guys are right. I think this is a lap or two earlier than they wanted. They wanted to get a bigger gap. McLaughlin's car has been great. He's got primary Firestones to go to the rest of the way. No fuel save concerns, so he can go harder than Grosjean. And let's watch the blend as he heads back out on track.
Still on that pit stop speed limiter. Pit exit is like going off a ski run right here. You go off and downhill, and here comes Romain Grosjean.
This is going to be good. McLaughlin comes out ahead, but on cold tires, and Grosjean is going to be pushing 100% for the next couple corners.
Turn 5.
Whatever you want.
Turn 5. Here we go. Setting up. This is where the race was won a year ago with Pato Award and Rinus VK from a long way back, but he's not close enough.
It's St. Pete, take two, guys, version 2.0. McLaughlin, one lap colder on tires. Grosjean on the button, doesn't quite have the run into turn 8 here, but it's not over yet. If McLaughlin can keep him behind through turn 16, he goes wide here. Not going to get it. It's a flat-out chicane they're heading to. God, this is as close as you want, Townsend.
Tough to make a move, especially going into the fastest and gnarliest section right here. Watch McLaughlin up ahead, drop into the valley.
Romain Grosjean's got to do a Josef Newgarden style move. Inside opportunity coming up. Can he get his car tight to the right? Tight to the right. No, McLaughlin blocks that.
Watch him try to cross it up and make it happen right here.
Whoa, inside. Romain Grosjean wheel to wheel with Scott McLaughlin for the lead.
Fantastic stuff.
That's the kind of move you want to see, aggressive but calculated, and Scott McLaughlin gave him just enough room to pull it off, the 28 to the point.
That was awesome. Set up, thought about, and executed perfectly by Romain Grosjean.
And you have to wonder how much additional respect McLaughlin felt like he owed Grosjean from St. Pete. He gave him just enough room to keep it safe, but boy, it's got to sting for McLaughlin. Thanks to NTT as Grosjean goes way wide.
Way wide. Oh, and almost comes back in. That turn 5 spot is a real handful for Grosjean. There's going to be a new race leader. His name is Scott McLaughlin.
With no push to pass left, there was absolutely nothing Romain Grosjean could do. Scott got on the button, easily cleared him into turn 8, and to the lead go the Thirsty Threes.
With 21 seconds to push to pass, and you got to think Grosjean's heart just sunk there.
Yep. Is it going to be second again for Romain Grosjean? He's come so close multiple times. 19 laps to go. It'll be 18 this time by.
I'm still trying to figure out where all those push-to-pass seconds
when
went
did he
to.
use
Like,
them?
I think Grosjean's a bit confused.
So
Here's how it happened.
Into turn 5, just got in hot. You saw that left front just starting to lock. Sends him to the outside.
And at this point, he might be all right still if he had the push-to-pass to defend. But with nothing left, you're really a sit and duck.
And Romain Grosjean is going to be absolutely kicking himself for that move. If Scott McLaughlin just got a good run out of 2 and had to push to pass, that's one thing. But because it comes from a mistake on the driver's side, as a driver, you know, Townsend, from inside the cockpit, you never want to lose a position because of a mistake like that. And unfortunately, it was the position that Romain Grosjean lost. Very, very unfortunate.
Today, the picture of speed and consistency. New Zealand motorsport fans will celebrate because their man here is bringing it home. Scott McLaughlin wins at Barber Motorsports Park and makes it 4 different winners.
37,